What's going on YouTube? I'm Cooper, this is the CooperMusicPage, and today we're going to be talking about the pentatonic scale, or, as I like to call it, the secret to lead guitar. First things first, I'm going to have to apologize for this setup. This clearly is not my studio. The lighting is horrible. The walls are this ugly taupe mustard color.
They say taupe is very soothing.
The sound is horrible in here, but we have to make do with what we have for the moment. So today we're going to go over the pentatonic scale. We're going to go over the first position of the minor/major pentatonic scale. We'll get to that in a second. And then in later videos, I will go over different positions, and then ultimately, once I show you at least all the different positions, I will show you an easy way to run through a couple of those positions throughout the whole neck so you never run out of places to put lead work and you never second guess yourself on what's going to sound good in a given progression. So stick around, subscribe for that, because it'll be coming a little bit later. This was going to be a very basic, what is the pentatonic scale, what is its shape, and how do I use it? So we're going to grab our guitar here, obviously, and we're going to be working in D minor today. It's a very spicy chord. Now, what I'm going to show you is the progression for Black Magic Woman that I use, and then some basic pentatonic shape soloing afterwards to show you what you can do with the lead over that progression. If we're going to use the key of D minor, we're going to use the D minor pentatonic scale. The way to find a minor pentatonic scale, first position anyways, is to find your root note on the E string. So we're going to be in D, so we're going to be right here on the 10th fret. That is a D. The pentatonic scale, minor and major, is the same shape. So when we're talking about shapes, we're talking about the positions of our fingers on these frets here. So it's always going to be this 10th fret, we're talking in D minor here. It's always going to be this one fret right here with your root up top. And this is an easy way of thinking of it. We're going to go down 3 frets, back, down 2 frets, back, down 2 frets, back, down 2 frets, back, down 3 frets again, back, and down 3 frets once more. So you have your long jump, you have your small jumps, and you have your big jumps again. And then you have your root notes in there as well. So it's called a pentatonic scale because it is 5 notes out of the scale being used over and over again. Only 5 particular notes. We're not going to get into what those notes are or why they're there, but we are going to get to our root positions so we know where our home base is during this whole solo kind of lead work progression. So you have 1, which is the root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, this fret right here on this string is another D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, this is another D note, and then we have this second right here. It's always that position, and when you're talking about the minor, those are always your roots. Now, to get into the major pentatonic first position, it's going to be very similar. Same shape, we're still going to use that root note and a long jump, short jumps, and long jumps. So, instead of starting with the 1 on your root, we're actually going to make that the long jump on the E. We're going to start the shape on the B. So the second note would be the D. So that long jump will be the D. So you have your minor, and then you move that up, and then you have your major pentatonic scale first position for D. And your root notes are going to be here, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So here, here, and here. Okay? This is the same for every key, up and down the neck, major and minor. All you need to know is which key you're in. If you're in a minor key, use your minor pentatonic. If you're in a major key, use your major pentatonic. There are exceptions to this rule, obviously, when we get into blues and stuff like that. But for right now, what's going to sound best is if you're working with your D minor, you're going to be wanting your D minor pentatonic scale, first position. When we get into the other positions and transitioning and going through the whole neck with these positions later on, it's worth noting that none of these notes are actually changing. Just the pitch and where we play them and how we play them might change depending on where we're playing them on the neck. But the 5 positions basically go through 5 different variants on the same 5 notes, if that makes sense. So that's it for the minor and major pentatonic scale first position. Basically, it's just that pattern anywhere on the neck. Finding your root note is going to be the hardest part, and then you need that muscle memory to get those notes. So go on YouTube, find a jam track, find out what key it's in, major or minor. This position will work for both. So just remember how to find out which one you're going to be using. So if it's a minor key, find your root, and then do your pattern. If it's a major, find your root, and then go back and do your pattern. And then that's how you jam and go through that pattern over and over and over again with that jam track until it's second nature just to hit those notes. This is going to be your home row right here. First position pentatonic. It's literally the basis for almost every lead that anybody has ever written. There's exceptions, obviously, but when you're first beginning, this is the secret to start breaking out into lead playing. Normally, in this part of the video, I would use my pedal board and loop this progression while I play lead over it, but I don't have my full setup right now, as you can see. So I'm going to be trying something a little different and kind of doing this in camera, if that makes sense. So I'm going to play this progression for you, and then I'm going to do some lead work showing you exactly how the pentatonic scale can be used to create some lead lines and melodies. That's it for today, guys. That is the pentatonic scale, major and minor, in the first position. What did you think? Do you like the pentatonic scale? Do you use a different scale? Let me know what scales you use down below in the comments. And as always, subscribe if you want to check out more videos. I put out videos every Monday. I'll be putting out more videos on the pentatonic scales, different positions and different connections throughout the whole fretboard so that you can unlock your soloing powers. And then, of course, click right down here for another video that you might like.